All right, guys. The last what's next I'm doing today is on undefeated WBC light heavyweight champion Oleksandr who returned to action March 30th following his his 11th round knockout of Adonis Stevenson back in December. He took on contender Dudu Nagumbu on ESPN. He was winning the fight going into the fifth round. Nagumbu was having his moments though, and then Nagumbu pulled out with an injury. He got hurt. Fight got stopped. He won by a fifth round TKO. So you really couldn't see, how good Volchik is outside of just winning the fight, because you didn't see a strong finish really, even though technically it's a TKO. So what's next for Oleksandr Volchik? Well, really, light heavyweight is just flooded with talent right now. Good fighters. There's Sergey Kovalev, the WBO champ. You have Volchik, obviously. You got the undefeated IBF champ, Arthur Beterbiev. You got Eleider Alvarez, former world champion. You got Gilberto Ramirez moving up from 168 to 175. A lot of talk here. A lot of talk about big fights. You got Sullivan Barrera, who's probably willing to fight for a world title against Volchik, who has fought for a world title before. Just a lot of big options right here. A lot of options. I think he's going to get cashed in on one of those options soon. I really hope he lands any one of those fighters would be good for him. Looks like Kovalev has a mandatory due in June. Beterbiev's fighting in May. Then you got, who's the other guy? Eleider Alvarez is also coming back in June. So maybe fight with Ramirez, Gilberto Ramirez, who's fighting in his first light heavyweight fight coming up here in April. Sullivan Barrera, a few months from now, maybe June, July would be a good one. So just a lot of options for Volchik, and I hope he gets one of them. I think Marcus Brown, the undefeated WBA interim champion, is his mandatory as well for the WBC. So there's a lot of big options for Volchik right here. He's talented as hell, and I can't wait. And his next fight for sure will be on ESPN no matter what. So I just hope they're not just throwing him, cupcake opponents like this anymore. I hope he either makes his mandatory or faces a top-end opponent in his next fight. So that's it. That's the what's next on Oleksandr Volchik. And I think it's going to be a while for the next what's next, but we got a lot still coming with between the first quarter top tens and previews and recaps and stuff of the fights that are taking place. So that's it. True Boxing, been hit with the truth.